Yeah, good evening all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yes.
Yes, visible and voice is clear.
Fine. So please be in mute everyone. So at the end of the session, you can ask the queries, right? Fine. Yes. So today, yesterday I was briefing you about this, right? In the demo session, right? So why Python? Who can learn Python? There is no prerequisites. Anybody can update with Python. That it looks like normal English statements, right? And by what kind of applications, right? Mostly like web applications, animation applications, automation applications, gaming applications, embedded applications, desktop applications, right? Wide varieties of applications. And fine. So just if I enter into the technicals, right? Python software foundation. Before I go with the installations, versions, and execution modes, right? Python software foundation, right? Python software foundation. PSF. We get what? PSF. Python software foundation, right? It is a non-profit organization. It is a non-profit organization, right? Devoted towards Python community. It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001, right? Yes. It was launched in the year 2001. The main objective is, right? Yes. Objective is to foster the development, right? To foster the development of Python, to foster the development of Python. It was launched in the year 2001 to foster the development of Python, right? It was launched, okay. In the year 2005, in the year 2000, in the year 2005, PSF, Python Software Foundation. In the year 2005, PSF, Python Software Foundation received Computer World Horizon Award. Received Computer World Horizon Award, right? Yes. In the year 2005, PSF received Computer World Horizon Award, right? Yes. And the president for this is nothing but the personality who developed or who introduced Python, right? The same personality is the president for Python Software Foundation, Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum, right? Yes, is the president for this Python Software Foundation. Rossum, right? Sorry. And headquarters, where are the headquarters, right? Headquarters, Delaware, right? Delaware, US, United States, right? Yes. Headquarters, Delaware, US, right? And official website. Official website, right? Official website. Official website, right? python.www.python.org. Official website, python.org, right? Yes. Okay. Go to headquarters and official website Python. And Python versions, you need to know something about the Python versions before we go with the installation part. Python versions, right? Yes. Python 1.x version, right? Python 1.x. It was released in the year 1990. 10 years later, the Python 2 version was released, right? Python 2.x. Python 2.x version released in the year 2000, right? The next version, 3 version, 2.x means 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, right? Next, Python 3.x. Python 3.x, right? It was released in the year 2008. And the version what we are using currently is 3 version, right? The version what we are using is 3 version, right? Almost like last 14, 15 years, right? The 3 version only is going on, right? Yes. Latest version of Python. Latest version of Python. Python 3.11. Python 3.11, right? Yes. Yes. Latest version of Python, right? Stable version of Python. Stable, right? Stable version of Python. Stable version of Python, right? Yes. So mostly used version. Stable version is nothing but mostly used version. Used version, right? Yes. Mostly used version, right? Python 3.9. Python 3. Previous stable version, right? Previous stable version, right? Python 2.7. Yes, Python 2.7. Okay, next Python installation, right? Yes, Python installation. It hardly takes 2 to 5 minutes for downloading and installing Python, right? I'll be showing you from the scratch ground level, right? So how to download it and how to install this, right? Yes, before I uninstall, I'll let me uninstall this and show you, right? So go to the start programs, go to settings, apps and features, right? Okay. Python 3.11.2, right? Yes. 3.11.2 is the version, right? Just I'm uninstalling this. So Python provides multiple softwares for multiple things, right? Multiple environments. So just uninstall this. It provides multiple softwares for multiple environments, for Windows, for Mac OS, for Linux. For Linux, no need of any separate installation. By default, you see Python as an inbuilt, right? By default, we see Python as an inbuilt, right? No need of any separate installation, but for Windows and for Mac OS, we need to install it, right? So for Windows, again, we need to check whether it is 32-bit Windows or 64-bit Windows. For 32, separate software Python provides. For 64-bit, it provides separate software, right? Yes. Okay. First, check whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit, right? Whether your Windows is a 32 or 64-bit. Go to your this PC or computer. Right click on this PC or computer, and right click and say properties. Right click and say properties, right? Yes. It is clearly saying 64-bit operating system. If you're using like Windows 7 or Windows 8, right? Yes, 32-bit. You may be having 32-bit, right? Yes. Okay. 32-bit Python, 64-bit operating system, right? Yes. Okay. Now open Google, right? Open Google and say, right, what is the official website for Python? Python.org, www.python.org, right? Python.org is the official website from where we can download, right? Okay, fine. So you can see this python.org. Here you can say downloads, all releases. You can see all the Python releases from the last 20 years. All releases, if you click from the last 20 years, you can see all the Python versions, right? Yes, see this. Looking for a specific release, you can say what? Looking for a specific release. You can see the Python versions from the last 20 years in this, right? From, observe here, from June 22, 2001, 2.0.1, right? Yes. Three point 3.11.2, right? Yes. Click this 3.11.2, right? Scroll down to the bottom, right? Is Windows installer 64-bit. Windows installer 64-bit. Windows installer 64-bit. Windows installer 32-bit. Windows installer 64-bit, right? Yes. Click this Windows installer 64-bit, right? Download started. You can see at the bottom 24.2 MB, right? Okay. In download completed. Download is finished, right? Yes. You can just double click this. You will get this window in this way, right? You will get the windows in this way. Don't immediately go for installation. At the bottom, you can say add Python to path. Add Python to path. Customize installation. Go for customize installation, right? Go, just click this and you will get all this documentation, pip ideally, nothing to select, everything are pre-selected, right? Just say next. So here you can just see, right? Yes, where this Python is getting installed in C drive, in users, Dell, app data, local, programs, Python 3.11, right? Yes. So just remove all this, right? Remove all this. Because tomorrow, if you want to locate Python, you need to enter into those many subdirectories. You need to enter into those many subdirectories, right? Okay. And remove this Python also. Directly you can say Python 3.11 only, right? C/Python 3.11. install, you can say what? Install. Hardly 1 minute it takes to install Python, right? Yes. Yeah, setup was successful, right? Yes, setup was successful, right? I'm closing this. Now let us check whether it is successfully installed or not. People who wants to install Python on the Mac OS, you can just select this Mac OS 64-bit universal installer, right? And people who wants to work with Python on Linux environment, right? Already Python will be available, no need to install, right? But if you want the latest version of Python to be installed, right? Then you can go with this command, right? Yes. Sudo, you need to install from the sudo, right? That is from the root user, sudo apt-get install Python 3.11. Okay, just 1 second. Next is like, okay, Python execution. Okay, let us check whether it is successfully installed or not. Go to the command prompt, right? Yes. And just type Python, just type. If you say enter, it should display the Python version, right? It should display the Python version, right? Yes. Python 3.11.2. That is the Python version, and this is the interpreter, right? Interpreter. Okay. You can see these 3 arrow symbols, and Python 3.11.2 is the version, right? You can type any valid Python statements and interact, right? 3 plus 4, like Any valid Python x equal to 10, y equal to 5. What is x value? What is y value? What is x plus y, x minus y, x by y, x into y, right? Yes. So any valid Python statements, you can say x into 2, x to the power of 2, right? X equal to hello, x into 3, x into 5, any valid prints hello for 5 times, right? In this way, any valid Python statements, you can just type and check, right? We can interact with Python statement by statement. This kind of feature you cannot see in other programming languages. Interactive mode, right? Quit to come out of this, right? Yes. Okay. Okay. Next, Python execution modes. Python execution modes, right? Yes. Two modes of execution, right? Two modes of execution. First one, interactive mode. Second is batch mode. Interactive mode and batch mode. Interactive mode means just now we discussed, right? Here we directly type Python statements. Here we directly type Python statements. Directly type Python statements on the interpreter. We directly type Python statements on the interpreter. And the user can easily interact we directly type Python statements on the interpreter and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. User can easily interact with Python statement by statement. Advantage. What is the advantage of interactive mode means if it doesn't know about any particular functionality, you can type on this and okay to interact, to test the functionalities of Python, to test the functionalities of Python. And to learn Python, to test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python we go. But to develop applications, this interactive mode is not preferred, right? We go for batch mode, right? Batch mode means batch of statements. test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. Yeah, I'll just provide it, right? So here to test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python, right? Batch mode, right? Here we write a batch of statements. We write batch of statements. 1 second. Right. Here we write a batch of statements within the editors or IDEs. Within the editors or IDEs, right? And save it as .py. Save it as .py extension and later submit it to Python. And later submit it to Python, right? Yes. Okay. Yes, I'll discuss that. What is the syllabus, course content, everything. Yes, once. Here we write batch of statements within the editors or ID, save it by using .py extension, later submit it to Python. What are the various editors where we can write the Python code? Various editors, right? Various editors or IDs. Various editors within the notepad. Gunashekar Reddy, right? Antapu, please be in mute. Various editors where we can write the Python code, right? Notepad, within the notepad you can write. Within the edit plus we can write. Within the edit plus, right? Within the VI editor, within the nano editor we can write, right? Notepad, edit plus, VI and nano. And various IDs where we can write various IDEs, right? Integrated development environments, right? In real time we use these IDs. So I'm going to discuss many IDs, right, as part of Python, which are supported by Python. Various IDEs, right? Yes. PyCharm, right? PyCharm, second, like PyDev. So various IDs: PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter, right? Yes, Jupyter, right? And VS Code, right? Yes, VS Code. So PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter, VS Code, right? Yes. PyCharm. Among all these, PyCharm is the mostly used one, right? So I will show you how to download and how to install all this, right? And how to write the code and how to execute this code, right? Mostly used one, right? Among all this, right? Yes. And if you can see in the chart panel, there is a post given by this online team, right? You can see the course content of this demo link, right? What is the demo link which we are following now? And also you can see the course content and course content of Python and course content of entire full stack, you can see. And demo video, right? Yesterday's demo video, right? You can see that yesterday's demo video. Yesterday we had a demo, right? That video, if anybody has not attended yesterday's demo, you can just go through that, right? And the contact details of this online team, and also the payment process and procedure, right? Yes, payment process and procedure. Yes. Okay, fine. So I'll okay. So these are the various editors and various IDs, right? Yes. So I'll just show you how to write the code within these editors and within this IDs, right? And writing the first Python application. So more discussion, right? I'll be discussing in the tomorrow session. Tomorrow also everyone can attend the session at same time using the same link. So I'll just be discussing this how to write the Python code and some technicals, right? I'll be just tomorrow I'll go with the basic technical part of Python. So before that, we can just see this course content, right? 1 second. See in the chart, if you click that, right, you'll be getting the course content, right? DURGASOFT. Yes. Excuse me. Okay. Now you can see that in brief, in depth, it's a 70 hours course, right? It's not like an overview. In depth, we'll be discussing Python basics, Python operations, constants, variables, type conversions, editors, IDEs, right? Strings, comments, operators in Python, IDEs, right? PyCharm and different types of IDEs in Python, right? Flow control statements, right? Flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, collections in Python, Python lists, Python tuples, Python sets, dictionaries in Python, functions, right? Modules in Python, packages, errors and exceptions, file handling, object-oriented programming, regular expressions, database access, Python datetime module, operating system module, advanced concepts, iterator generator, closures, GUI programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, right? And introduction to data science, pandas, numpy, matplotlib. And when you come to Django, right? Django introduction, frameworks, installation, architecture, applications, views, templates, admin, models, concepts, and UI technologies, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and MySQL, right? So this is what we'll be discussing in brief, in depth. Only Python, 70 hours. So just 5K is the fee structure. And for along full stack, Python advanced, core advanced plus Django framework plus UI technologies like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap plus project. So total it will be 10K for everything, right? But only for Python it's 5K, right? And for total full stack Python it will be like 4 months. Only for Python it will be 2 months, right? Correct. So that is the course content, course structure, right? So yes, Pramod Shinde, right? So this batch for the demo sections, right? Like tomorrow also you can attend for the next 3 to 4 days, right? For the next 3 4 next 2 3 days or next for will be at 6 p.m. But later the timing of the batch is 7 p.m. right? Timing of this is 7 p.m. right? So for the next 2-3 days it will be at 6 p.m. but later it will be at 7 p.m. right, everyone? Any other queries, right, as part of today's session? So tomorrow also you can attend the session to see more on this. Yes. Okay, fine. So I'll stop for now. We'll continue tomorrow, more discussion on this, right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow, same time, right? We'll start at sharp 6 p.m. right tomorrow. Yes.